There was another show too where they would do pranks on people with like crazy shit.
Scare tactics.
Yeah. Scare tactics.
There's a few of those that were bangers, dude.
Yeah. Did you find out the name of that show, Chris? What's Fear? Yeah. My dog. Yeah, Fear ruled,
that
dude.
show. Yeah.
That was like, I thought that's peak MTV for me, dude. When
that
they were
was
showing that
GoPro.
kind of
Go look up that show and look at the camera.
They had the whole thing on them.
It was like an actual big camera on like a giant body rig that viewed their face, like these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
is crazy that was how they were walking around a medieval castle all night, dude. That would have scared the f***ing death, brother. Welcome back to This Show Sucks. We talk about fucking dumb shit. How you been, buddy? You having a good week? Go ahead, spill it on out. If you're watching this episode, we've already had our live show,
and it'll be out next week.
Yes, but we've had a lot of. We went through a lot of hoops to bring you that show at the Bicycle Hall, and I hope everybody really enjoyed it.
We appreciate all y'all coming out. And we just know that it went off without a hitch.
Yeah, I just know it was the greatest night of your fucking life, dude. You took one hit of a roach, heard us tell some corny jokes, and said, man, it's the best night of my fucking life.
But yeah, it's been hassle after hassle this week. You know, man, you know how it goes.
You know the biz, dude.
You try to be making a little motion, somebody puts a fucking solid object in front of you.
Yeah, Lydia doesn't like that I wear shorts on the show now so she can see up my ass.
Tell her to quit looking.
That's what I said, dude.
Don't be looking up his ass, dude.
Yeah, you know, that's the biz, man. Yes, the show must go on.
Yeah.
You know?
The show truly must go on. And that's kind of just my philosophy in life.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens. The show must go on.
What am I going to do? Lay down and stop living?
Do you think they stopped Over the Edge 1998 when Owen Hart fell to his death, dude? Absolutely
They literally
not.
didn't.
The show must go on.
You think
dude.
they stopped the correspondence dinner after the fucking shooter?
They didn't. Dana White standing around high on cocaine like, oh, this is awesome. I love an active threat.
Wild times we're living in, man.
I got a bit I'm doing at the show. Because by the time they hear this, I can't. They're not gonna. It's fine. I can say it.
Okay.
But I got a great one I'm working on about how.
You gonna share it?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it. It's a throwaway. I can't use it forever. But I got a great bit about how I'm pissed off about the third assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Not because they missed, obviously. That's not why I'm mad. I'm mad because now we got 6 more weeks of Erica Kirk shooting off fireworks.
Damn.
Because she survived another one herself. She happened to be there. And that's stupid. I hate that.
Yeah, that's
She's sobbing. I just want to go home to my kids. Why the fuck ain't you been home with your kids for 6 months, dude?
Why now? Go home.
Shut up. Anyways, dude.
Isn't it crazy? If you listen to, and if you listen to like one of our earliest episodes, I think it was probably somewhere in our first 15 episodes, we had a conversation.
I was trying to think back that far. I can't.
Well, maybe you'll remember when I tell you what you're thinking back for.
Oh, yeah.
But we had a conversation.
And I ain't even hit that pin.
I can't even remember, dude.
I haven't even hit that pin yet, dude.
You don't even know what you're
Go ahead and let me
jog
remember. My mind.
That's what's wrong with you.
Let me take my mind for a jog real quick.
You're getting to my level, dude, where you're not normal unless you're smoking. But anyway, we were talking about how you never see assassinations anymore. It was at the Luigi Mangione thing had just happened, and we were like, this was the first assassination in forever. You don't get a lot of assassinations these days. They used to be big. It was like...
I can only think of 2 that come to mind.
2 presidential.
Yeah.
But there were also like a bunch of...
Oh, yeah, I mean,
attempted...
Lenin died. He got...
also, Julius Caesar. It goes way back.
Bob Marley, they put a tumor in his head.
They tried to assassinate. Yeah, they probably did that. But they tried to assassinate him. He did get shot.
Yeah, Tupac, they assassinated him, man.
Yeah, these are... you just used to see it more.
You know, when I was growing up, that if you would have said Tupac was mediocre, you'd get your ass kicked. And now people, like, really genuinely mean it.
Here's what I'm wondering.
That's crazy.
What's the difference? What makes it an assassination versus just like a murder? Do they have to be like if it's a notable person
I'm
they're
trying to think
assassinated?
back at far. I can't remember.
Or if it's in public, it's an assassination.
I think if it's in public and you're a person of importance.
That's my.
I think it's
thought.
on the social scale of like if you walk down the street and shot Tom, Dick, or Harry, nobody. That's just a shooting. You're a murderer. You're a shooter.
He shot a guy in cold blood.
Now here's my thing. What I don't care about that as much as what constitutes capital murder.
Well, I do care about this, so let's.
No.
First,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that like Chris, shut your phone off. Don't answer that. I'm just saying like that's also on my mind as well because I'm
curious
up with
as well. Yeah. Let me think if I know.
Capital.
What makes it capital murder versus just homicide or murder? I'm not sure. What's the first thing?
It's usually public and a prominent person.
Okay, so we had it. It public and a prominent person.
See, my mind went for a jog, dude. I'm back in the game. All right, now capital murder between homicide or just regular murder.
And you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get. Remember how I used to have that like desktop microphone stand?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get another one of those so we can have a little mic over there for Chris.
Oh, that's
for
genius.
when he chirps in on stuff.
That's genius, dude. I love our addition to having Chris to the show has really.
Yeah, it's done wonders.
I'm not
for
saying
the
I get
dynamic.
bored just hanging out with you all the time on a couch, but having a third brain in the operation is nice, dude.
Well, dude, we've spent a lot of episodes. We've gone 20 minutes of wondering shit before we remembered we had phones.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're fucking stupid, dude.
And then also you don't want to stop, and we do sometimes, and then the other one of us will just keep talking. And it's like a thing you got to do. But I wonder what constitutes capital. My guess is like capital murder, murder one. I think they're all just the words for the top echelon of murder charge you can get. Like, I think homicide, like, because you can have unintentional homicide. Like, you can accidentally kill somebody.
So,
what's the verdict?
So the website I found, there was a lot of legalese, but it boiled down to, they call it capital versus first degree. The capital murder is like, I guess, severe, like, heinous.
Capital murder is severe and heinous.
So a more heinous crime is considered capital.
Well, the New York City Police Department considers sexually based offenses especially heinous.
Yeah. These are their stories.
Boom, 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 boom,
well, I only said that because we were talking about like we were on the subject of Kirk. Charlie Kirk's murderer got charged. That's capital murder, right? I also seen that the FedEx driver that murdered that little girl that's been on trial the past few weeks, that was also capital murder.
Now, what is
that's
that?
What
I keep hearing about.
Yeah, that's a very fucked
recently.
up. Yeah, it's a very fucked up thing.
But
man.
I never heard about it. Unless, is this the story of the people who pretended to be FedEx drivers and killed that whole family?
No. This was this happened. I think
this was an actual driver.
Yeah, don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it was like 23 or 24. So it's been a few years ago. He was FedEx driver. He kidnapped a little girl and then strangled and beat her to death. And she was like 5 or 6, and he did it. Like there was a shot on the camera of the FedEx truck of the little girl in the back and him driving her. Like it was a whole fucking thing.
Damn.
And then like the next day, I guess when they were investigating and shit, and they had the block shut down, like he drove back through in the FedEx truck because they always got to go back to see.
They always go back to the scene of the
but
crime.
they let him through because he said he was delivering a package, and he like drove around the block and shit. And, like it was very horrible, very fucked up. I hated it. It made me sick. I only thought about it because we were on the subject of the Kirk
capital
family.
murder?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're debating on if he's going to get death penalty or life in prison. But I was
I
wondering
think that's capital murder.
Yeah.
But the
That's
other
what
one's an assassination.
Yeah, I think Charlie Kirk should have been. I mean, I know it was considered assassination,
Still
but like
a life in prison or
what's
death penalty
what
charge.
makes his more heinous and capital is because he got. I would assume because he got killed in front of a bunch of people. And in the manner he died in, I could see that being considered heinous.
I think it
obviously.
does equal amount because
Yeah.
one is obviously like they're both bad. But
No, yeah,
a
yeah.
kid,
Obviously, you're gonna think that's
way more
way
fucked
worse.
up.
Yeah, yes,
But then
absolutely.
also,
Then again, I just watched a dude get his fucking head
not only
blown
did
off,
2,000 people
or
see
his
that
throat
live,
blown off.
but
yeah,
then
yeah,
the rest of the world
yeah,
sees it.
yeah. It really did, and we talked about it like when it happened because we caught a lot of flack on social media for the real in the know diehard fans of the show. They know we caught a little bit of flack from people when that happened. And we did put out a nice little statement about how not only did we not give a fuck about Charlie Kirk, but number two, we did not think that was okay, because it wasn't. But that video really did fuck me. I really hated that. Like, I didn't realize when it happened how bad it was. I just heard he got shot, and then I seen the video on Instagram, and it was god-awful.
Yeah.
And then I seen it 150 fucking times because everybody was posting it. And at the first angle, I thought he just got shot in the shoulder. I didn't know it was as bad as it was. Then when I seen the second angle, I was like, holy fuck, like that's not good. So yeah, but when I was thinking about that, because I just read the article
one of the
today,
most traumatic things I think I've ever seen. And
yeah,
I
as
didn't
far
like the guy, you know
as
what
far
I mean?
as like just crazy, yeah, it was awful, dude. But yeah, like after seeing that shit today, I was reading about, because like, I've been following the story about the girl and the FedEx driver. But I read the more current article today, so it was on my mind. But we started talking about capital murder, and I was like, well, what is the difference? But I think you make a good point. It's probably because of how bad it was. It was heinous in public.
Yeah.
A lot of people went viral on the internet. He's a prominent figure, whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense that would be considered.
Yeah, that
capital
does.
murder.
Yeah.
Same. Somebody fucking shot Dean Withers in the head. Like, I mean, it's the same thing. Like that.
I
would
mean,
be considered,
dude, just
you know.
shooting somebody in a crowded place and everybody's looking at them. I mean, it would have to be a prominent figure to make sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Unless it was like, at a show, at a Jason Aldean concert or something like that.
I mean, but not everybody's looking at the
No,
person
yeah,
getting shot.
yeah.
You know
so
what
even
I mean,
if it
at the
was like
same
off to the
time.
side or something, yeah.
That was 1,000 people and like 100 cameras all on the guy when it happened. Which is
shout out Tab. He texted me and said, "Man, that's got to be one of the goofiest looking dudes in hell right now." Talking about David Allen Coe.
He gonna
badass.
be fun yeah.
Oh yeah. Why did you
Start
do that?
recording a podcast and people want to start texting. But yeah, man, fuck all that shit. I'm actually against assassinations now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
I think you should kill people in private.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like a normal person.
Like a civilized human being.
Yeah, you should break into their house through the window, dude. And get a kitchen knife, dude.
Well, I'm just saying,
Enough of the doom and gloom, dude.
enough
Jesus,
public
this
murders.
spend 12 minutes of just depressing me, dude. I'm tired of talking
Yeah, this
about
is a
death.
terrible way to start a show.
No,
dude.
honestly, I mean, it's been great. If this would have been like
Well,
20
people
minutes
listen
in.
to true crime and
Oh,
shit,
yeah,
you
the
know,
people-
but this
dude,
is a comedy show.
I'm
They don't
not.
want-
I'm not saying anything bad about my mother. You know, me and my mom. I love my mom. Me and my mom are like this, dude. It's my best friend.
Yeah.
She's really tight and really in with the fucking true crime podcasts now. Like,
Yeah.
she burns them up, dude.
My mom
she
listens to a lot
listens
of
to
them,
all
too.
of them. Like, she's all about it. And it hit me the other day on the way to work. And I was like, I remember asking questions about John Wayne Gacy or Richard Ramirez or something when I was a kid. And my mom screaming at me about how, like, I was a weirdo being obsessed with serial killers and, like, stop talking about that kind of stuff and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'll wake up and take a piss and go in the kitchen and make coffee, and she's got, just the details of a grisly, gruesome murder. And she's like, it's crazy to me, like, how times have changed. You know what I mean?
I remember.
It's fine. I like that she likes it. I think it's neat that she's into that. Like, it's cool that my mom listens to podcasts now. And, like, especially true crime. Cause
but
I
also,
like true crime shit,
it's the logical extension of what our moms watched
Yeah,
back in the
yeah,
day,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, and like, dude, my mom still
Dateline.
watches that kind of
Yeah.
shit. The first 48 hours and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And like, but I can't get her to watch a scary movie with me.
I remember being terrified
Crazy.
as a child, just sitting like in the living room with my mom at night, and she'd be watching fucking Unsolved Mysteries or Cold Case Files.
You know
or
what I was
something.
scared of?
And I'd be like worried, so scared, like
that
up
was going to
until
happen
I was like
to you.
13
Yeah.
that we were gonna get murdered.
Yeah, same.
I was like, somebody's gonna break in our house and kill us because it clearly happens all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's a pretty common occurrence.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's enough for multiple podcasts, TV shows, documentaries, movies. I was always afraid as a child that Robert Stack was going to break into my house, dude.
Which one was it?
He hosted Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh,
and he scared the fuck out of me. And he was on 911. Do you remember
very
911?
unsettling. Yeah, very unsettling voice. Man.
Welcome back tonight to Unsolved Mysteries.
He was in Beavis and Butthead. Do America.
Yeah, he was the director of the FBI. Yeah.
I recognize that voice.
Hell
anyway,
yeah, I knew. That's right. How they fuck egg pull a right? That's a crazy pull, dude. Got Robert Stack for the fucking Beavis and Butthead movie.
What's the dude from Star Trek that did Fact or Fiction?
Was that Patrick Stewart?
No, I mean he was in Star Trek, but the dude that did Fact or Fiction.
Was that the dude from Reading Rainbow?
No, that was Patrick. No, not
that?
Patrick. Is it Patrick? Reading Rainbow?
What about Spock?
LeVar
Burton, yeah.
I was thinking Patrick Warburton, the fucking dude who does.
Was it the dude that played Spock?
Joe Swanson. No, I don't think he's in a lot of other shit. Jonathan Frakes. He has the beard.
Yeah.
You've never seen Fact or Fiction?
Yeah. So my favorite, that dude. One of my favorite memes is the clips of him, just saying wild shit, and it's like. When my
niece is over.
Or like when my kid says something crazy,
have
it's
you ever
like
seen a bicycle fly?
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to jump off the roof before?
Yeah.
What do you think if
what happens when we die?
Yeah, just crazy shit like that.
that.
I love that, dude.
But I loved that show.
Yeah, Fact or Fiction ruled.
My favorite was going to my cousins, dude, because when I would go stay with like all of my cousins, the older cousins would always be playing horror movies and shit, and they would always be watching Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, Tales from the Crypt's
also
a
terrified
banger,
the shit out of me as a kid. Dude.
Yeah,
I got all these memories of like going over to my cousins to stay for like the weekend and shit, and we, like us young kids would be, supposed to be watching like Darkwing Duck or Alvin and the Chipmunks or some shit.
Yeah.
And then the older cousins are in the other room watching like horror movies and shit.
Are You
like
Afraid
that.
of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
13 Ghost, man.
Oh,
When
that
it
one got
came
me,
out,
dude.
My
That
older
got me.
cousins, shout out Kim and Cassie.
Yeah.
They were watching it. And it was just me and Justin, their little brother, and the parents were gone. They're like, "You guys want to watch this movie with us? It's got the dude from Scooby-Doo in it." We were like, "Fuck yeah!"
Hell
and
yeah.
I remember being so scared. I was like 13 too, 12 or 13 when that came out. It was still scary.
I'm trying to think of how old I was at the time, but I tell people the first horror movie, because like my dad was really big on the Halloween movies when I was a kid. AMC would roll around. We'd watch like Halloween 4 and 5 back to back and shit. So I got like a soft spot for them. But like, I remember when I got older, I discovered Jason and all that shit. But my first memory of a horror movie when I was a kid was my Aunt Nikki. She was still living with my grandmother at the time. So she probably hadn't been out of high school very long. I think there's like a 12-year gap between us. So you could probably peg me maybe 5 or 6 at the time, and my mom dropped me off out at my grandma's. Her and Dad were going to do something or whatever, and my aunt was like, "We're gonna watch a scary movie tonight," and I'm like, "I don't know what that is," and she's like, "Well, it's a scary movie. It's supposed to scare you," and I was like, "All right,
It's gonna make you
it's gonna make you fucking cry, dude." And we watched Sleepaway Camp,
Yeah.
which now as an adult, while it is a very campy movie, it does have some pretty unsettling shit in it, obviously. But that scene where the hot water dumps on the fucking the cook in the kitchen, and he's all burnt up, and then like when they throw the beehive over the bathroom stall, and when they lift up the canoe and the
That
kids
shit'll
all
get you
rotten
as a
and dead.
kid,
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
Hell
it
yeah.
fucked me. It scared the fuck out of me, man. Like, I think that's why it's always been one of my favorites too, is because of that. But like, yeah, that was the first horror movie I ever watched, was Sleepaway Camp, and
I'm not sure what the first
it
one I
fucked
ever
me
watched
up,
was.
brother.
I know the first movie that terrified me as a kid that I was like allowed to watch was Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
We
dude,
talked
Jurassic
about
Park's
that.
fucking scary. I'll fight anybody.
It's a
on
monster
that, dude.
movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a kaiju film.
It's
dude.
essentially Godzilla in a theme park.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I
What's
mean?
scarier
You're trapped
than
on
that?
an island with Godzilla.
Shout out to Josh Norton and his brother Adam. Rest in peace, man. He had Jason X on VHS, dude.
Loved that one.
And I remember me and Josh sitting down and watching Jason X when we were kids, and that was one of my favorite fucking.
My mom also hates horror movies now, but growing up, I remember like I watched Scream with her. I watched like Freddy, like Nightmare on Elm Street shit with her. She would watch all the popular movies.
My mom showed me The Exorcist. We watched The Exorcist together, which is insane.
I remember renting that on my 12th or 13th birthday. Hadn't seen it yet. And it was with a stack of horror movies we got to watch that night. But yeah, one I remember watching with my Uncle Jeremy showed me, because he showed me quite a few too, because he was always staying at the house. Blair Witch Project. I think I was like 9 or 10 when that came out.
Yeah.
And
that one got me too, man. I didn't want to go in the woods ever.
And part 2, which now I watch
Book of
both.
Shadows.
And the first one is good. Yeah, Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
And Book of Shadows is a lot more obviously scripted. But as a kid, I didn't know. I thought they were both real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wholeheartedly believed that Blair Witch was real for years. Dude.
Yeah.
So I was old enough and the internet was like prominent and you could like research and read things on there.
Yeah, several years.
Yeah,
man.
this is like 97, 98 when that came out,
I think
maybe?
it came out in 99.
Yeah, so.
But I didn't get the internet till like 2003.
3 or 4, yeah.
And I probably didn't
know that was fake till dude, finding out the Blair Witch Project was not real was worse than finding out that wrestling wasn't.
Yeah.
Like that, because that was like a staple of like, because I've always liked horror movies and shit, but like that was real, damn it. Like they really died out there.
Well, I remember there was tons of argument when like Paranormal Activity came out, and by then I was old enough, and I'm like, guys, it's obviously not fucking real.
Yeah,
it's a movie in theaters about ghosts.
Yeah,
it's not real, and everybody's like, it's fucking found footage, dude. And I'm like,
okay,
that's a genre of movie.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's first of all, if that was the case, Zach Baggins would have had a movie long before Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
What was that show? We talked about it on here before, and Chris, go ahead and pull that up.
MTV Fear.
Yeah, was that what it's called? The one that had voodoo.
It was either Fear or Fear Factory, but they would put them in like a medieval castle or like an insane asylum.
But I remember I had the Godsmack song, Voodoo was like the opening
track.
Yeah.
And they
would
had
have
the cameras
and shit.
To them.
Why can't we do something cool like that?
And they had to stay in there for 24 hours or like 12 hours.
You want to go do fucking?
I think it was called. Do look up the name though, Chris.
You want to go do the tuberculosis factory?
I don't know if they still do the overnight thing.
I want to do something like that. I want to.
There's the haunted hotel and shit.
I'll do anything. I want to go stay.
There's one not far from us where I know they like, in addition to being like allegedly actually haunted.
Yeah.
They do shit throughout the night, like scare actors.
That's crazy.
Like if you're sleeping in the hotel and shit, like they might fucking like flicker the lights, or one I read about was like the bathroom mirror would like flash a face in it. It's like a device. It's like a mechanism.
It's a mechanism, dude. I hope it's not on the fritz, brother.
And so they'd be like brushing their teeth, and they'd see like Satan's face in the thing.
See, and that doesn't piss me off, man.
You wouldn't stay there?
No, that's silly.
I wouldn't mind, dude.
I'd just stay here, dude. You do that shit all the time.
I'd just go back to jail,
you just be hanging out your head out the fucking doorway and shit. You good? Just fucking being weird and shit.
That's what it's like to be in jail.
There was another
middle
show.
Of this night, you'll just hear a massive steel door clank shut, and then somebody scream at the top of their fucking lungs.
There was another show too where they would do pranks on people with like crazy shit.
Scare tactics.
Scare tactics, yeah.
Scare
tactics.
There's a few of those that were bangers, dude.
Yeah. Did you find out the name of that show, Chris? What's Fear? Yeah. My dog. Yeah, Fear ruled.
I loved that
dude.
show. Yeah.
That was like, I thought that's peak MTV for me, dude. When they were showing that kind of shit.
Man. Go look up that show and look at the camera.
They had the whole thing on them.
It was like an actual big camera on like a giant body rig that viewed their face, like these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
is crazy that was how they were walking around a medieval castle all night, dude.
Scared
to fucking death,
Jeez.
Brother. Like you're locked in an abandoned penitentiary for 12 hours in the dark, and you've got 60 pounds of equipment
Yeah, dude.
chained to your chest to fucking film every movement and
Might
word
as well
you say.
just send them to fucking boot camp.
Yeah, dude, like that's. But I'd like to do
You want to
something
be in
like
a
that.
scary place carrying around 60 pounds of equipment?
I think
Just go to war, bro.
I think that would be cool to stay the night in some type of a haunted lodge.
Well, but you've stayed the night in this house, man.
I have, dude. It's fun. I'd like to go stay the night at the Butler Mansion.
Yeah, I feel like at a
It's
time you
haunted
could
by
do
Civil
that.
War soldiers, dude.
Hey, legit, very haunted up there.
It is, dude. It's
Very
spooky up
haunted.
there, bro, for real.
I've taken the regular tour, but I've done the ghost tour a couple of times. That
He's
they
like, I've
do
been on
around
the haunted
Halloween.
hayride
I
out
did
there.
the haunted hayride,
and I seen
brother.
a man with a sword.
I saw a guy with a hook for a hand.
Saw a guy with a cannon out there.
Yeah. No, but this is legit, dude. This is a true story. Me and Upton went on that ghost walk of the mansion, and at the end of it, you go out to the cemetery, and she does divining rods out there. The broad who does the tour.
Yeah.
And she's asking questions, and she was picking on me, dude. She just kept, she was like, "Oh, you got a spirit following you. The rods are pointing at you." She's like, there's a spirit of a little girl that was the daughter of the general butler who lived in this house. She died of tuberculosis when she was like 8, and she used to be seen out in this field way out there. And at the time, I lived directly across from the Butler Mansion on 11th Street.
Yeah. I remember that.
He's like right over there. And the lady was like, "Do you live around here?" And I was like, "I live right there." And she was like, "That's about."
That's about where she died
that's about
at.
where they found her in the field with hay fever. But I didn't think anything of it. Flash forward like a year, I post a picture on MySpace, and there's like, I'm in my bedroom, and there's a mirror in the background.
You got makeup on and shit, and a tight shirt.
No, I'd stopped wearing makeup, but I was very emoed out.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, I'm sure, dude.
But several
fair.
people started commenting. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck did you? What's going on in the mirror? Did you do that? Did you edit that? Is this real?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" I go look, and I've tried to find this picture like in recent years because it was on MySpace forever, and then I had it on my old phone not that long ago, like 10 years ago. But it was a very clear. It looked like a movie-style white apparition ghost of a little girl. Like a little 8-year-old girl in like an old-school dress, and it was very visible. It looked like I photoshopped it in. Like, that's how clear it was.
That's crazy.
And, and I lived right there, which would have at one point been the property of the Butler family. Like, that extended all the way down to the Kentucky River before they made it a state park.
That's wild, dude. I don't really have any Well, there was 2 times in my life that I felt like I was in danger by a ghost.
You had some kind of like supernatural force amongst you.
There's 2. The first one I'll tell. I don't know the name of it, but there was a old abandoned house that was out in Trimble County, and you had to like drive through a little bit of a field past a barn, and you'd get to it, and it was like fenced off and shit. And I remember a chick I was seeing at the time and a buddy of mine went, and we like hopped over the fence and shit, and there was something in the fucking house, obviously, like, and it was making a lot of noise, and like it scared the fuck out of us, and we
What were you doing out there?
No, we just investigating, dude. Paranormal investigators, brother. But it was like a loud banging noise and shit, and it scared us, and we just like the story I'm telling you now does not do it justice, because like I don't know how to tell the story without it just sounding fucking stupid, because it nothing really crazy happened other than that. No, but it was like,
and it could have been. There could be a logical.
there could have been a fucking raccoon in
Yeah.
there. I'm just saying, but it was a very creepy house and a very bad like situation as far as like, I mean, we're in the middle of the fucking woods. The car got stuck. Like anything bad that could happen, like horror movie wise, happened. But the chick I was seeing at the time, I literally pushed her out of the way to jump over the fence. And then I left them both. And and when I got to the car was fucking locked, and they had the keys. So I had to run back and save them to get the fucking keys. The guy was stupid. But the one that was really trippy was me and 2 buddies went out to this place called Gridley Road in Warsaw, I believe. And we went out there in the middle of the fucking night because
going places, brother.
Yeah, I was a paranormal investigator. But we had heard the rumor that if you parked the car and turned the car off and all the lights off and shit, you'd see ghosts. So we're in this little valleyway. And keep in mind, people, in 2009, 10, whenever this was, cell phones were not what they are today. Dude. This was 16, 17 years ago, brother. So like we all had shitty fucking flip phones and shit. Like it wasn't good. But we were in this little dip in the road, and we parked our car and shit, and it's not completely nighttime yet. It's like almost dusk, but it's getting dark. And I remember we were out and shit, and we were all like bumming a cigarette, like just cool to smoke when you're in high school. So we had a cigarette, and we were like, all right, man, there's no ghosts out here. So we pissed, and we go to get back in the car, and the car won't start. And that's a red flag when you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Yes. So, anyways, we're standing outside the car. Old dude gets enough phone service to make a phone call. He calls some dudes to come pick us up. They don't show up for almost an hour. So now it's nighttime.
And
we're
out
here.
Frightened.
And the trunk on the car pops open. All of the lights on the car start flickering, like the emergency lights, like what are those called? Like, when you hit
hazards.
The hazards, yeah. Hazards start going off. Anything that, like, you would think that this was like, all three of us were scared to death. I mean, we're like 17 years old, dude, like in the middle of nowhere. No phones. The car's not acting right,
It don't know what it's doing.
It don't know what's it's on the fritz. So all of a sudden I see an apparition walking down the hill. I see a figure. And I'm like completely geeked out, right? I said, because this is during the tobacco festival, so we're getting into hunting season. So the guy that comes down the hill is not an apparition, but he's a hunter. He's got his bow and arrow and shit, and he's all decked out in camouflage. He's like, hey, man, y'all, what's going on? We're like, yeah, man, like, well, we're just out here. Our car broke down. Like, we can't get to start, whatever. And I wish for the life of me I could remember this dude's name, because it would be cooler now to investigate after all this shit if I could remember the dude's name. But he shook our hands, he told us his name, whatever, and he was like, yeah, man, he said, I can look at your all's car, man, see what's up. And we're like, yeah. So he like popped the hood, and he was like tinkering around and shit, and literally he started the car. And not that that's weird or anything, like that's fine that this dude helped us, but he like said his goodbyes and shit and shook our hands, and he's like, you boys be safe. And he took off walking back up the hill, and no time that it took us to turn back around, he was gone. Now, could be because it was dark and he was wearing camouflage. That's not cool for the story, though.
Could have been an angel.
But he died. The guy died. A couple weeks later, we'd seen the obituary for Warsaw, and that dude's name was in it, man. And he had died, like, before that night. Like, he was already dead. Like, when we found out about his name and shit.
Hold on.
Yeah, he was, I swear. And this is a true story. Like, there's no bullshit. Like, I'm not making it up. One of the buddies I was with was like, hey, man, check this out. And she showed me the thing and the dates. He had already died. This was like probably, when they have the Tobacco Festival? Like the end of August. Now it's like in October. But back then it was like, this happened in like July. Like, it'd been almost a whole month. He was dead.
That was the last thing he did on his way to heaven, man, was start your fucking car.
Yeah, badass. What also is crazy is the dudes he had called to get us, they showed up shortly after that, and we asked them if they'd seen anybody on the road, and he's like, brother, we're in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody out here. Like, there's no how, like, there's nothing out here where we're at that you could just easily walk to. You know what I mean? So I'd like to know. I wish I could remember that dude's name, because I'd like to know if maybe he was like, yeah, he's calling me from beyond the grave. Hey, man, I heard you hit your fucking car at the Poet Speedway, dude. I'd like to.
You want me to fix it?
I'd like to come back and fix it for you.
That is crazy.
That's a true story. It's only 2 times I've ever been around something that was like unexplainable or paranormal or whatever.
I've also got two enough to where I was like frightened, and I was like, something's happening. One was that same house on 11th Street. You can ask Andy Little about this, actually. He was there. We were staying, and did you ever go in that house on 11th Street when I lived by Butler?
Man, I don't think we were friends at the time, so no.
It was set up like.
I mean, I remember when you lived there. I don't think we were like prominently hanging out. You
Yeah.
just run around with Ramsey and all those guys and
Yeah.
shit, and we just wasn't.
Well, it was like built into the
We wasn't
hill.
chill like
so like
that.
when you pulled in the driveway and walked in the front door, you were upstairs, and that's where all the bedrooms were. And then you walked like if you came in the side door, you walk right down the steps, and then there's the living room and kitchen. You would go through the door into the laundry room and to the clear back side of the house to get to my bedroom. It was like an old part of the basement that we had like put walls up, and I made it a room. Anyway, Andy was back in my room, and I was in the living room. My brother and a friend were in his bedroom. So like if I'm right here in the house, they're upstairs on the opposite end of the house. Like me and Andy are on the same side of the house.
Yeah.
So I start hearing this like weird kind of like hissing sound. Sounds like air leaking out of a tire. And I keep hearing it like right by my ear. So I think there's like a fly or something. So I keep like swatting and turning my head. And one of the times when I do, I turn my head and there's
the giant snake that ate
No.
Moaning Myrtle, dude.
there's a light just on the wall, like down the steps. Looks like it's shining down the steps on the wall. Looks like a flashlight shining in the door. My thought is that it's St. John and his friend have like snuck over and they're shining a light down the stairs. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And this is the only like, aside from seeing the Wendigo, this is the only time I've ever seen something unexplainable with my own eyes. The light became an orb. Like it became 3D. It left the wall, was a orb of light, and then shot just through the staircase straight. Just boom, was gone.
That's crazy.
So I started screaming. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What
and
is
when I
that?
start yelling, I hear my brother and his friend running from the other side of the house to the top of the staircase. So they come down. I'm like, were you guys shining a light down here? Because at this point, I'm just convinced it was a flashlight. And I imagine the orb part, you know what I mean? And they're like, no. I get Andy to come out. I tell him what's going on. He's like, dude, that's so fucking crazy. I was hearing a hissing sound. Like just now, he was on the phone with whoever he was dating at the time. I think it was Tasha. But he was like, yeah, ask her. I was just talking about it. It sounded like a fly was buzzing in my ear or something. And I was like, that's so weird. Did you see an orb? He's like, a fucking orb? What are you talking about?
Are you stupid?
But it was so crazy that, like, I was like, well, I definitely saw a light get shined down the steps. So I thought somebody was outside the door in my carport. So we called the cops. I was like, this is going to sound weird, but I think somebody was just shining a light in my door. Can you guys, like, come check and make sure? Because we were there alone. Parents were out of town. We were, like, 16. So y'all just come check, make sure nobody's trying to break in. And they came, it was winter, snow on the ground. They're like, there's no footprints or nothing. Nobody was anywhere, like, near your house. So that was weird. And I was very, like, spooked out by it.
Yeah.
Scared all night. Another time, full adult for this, I was dating that chick living down in Versailles.
Yeah.
And she told me this story. We went out and did, like, spooky shit, like, all the time. Went to these, like, haunted cemeteries and houses and stuff. And, like, it was always a good time. Fun little, but she told me about this place. It was, like, a hour-and-a-half drive, like, down towards London, Kentucky. She's like, me and my friends went one time, and it's the scaredest I've ever been. The legend is...
Bunch of inbreds.
Several places have a legend like this, a crybaby bridge. It's like a legend in several states. I've read it on Reddit and seen videos, like, there's one in Kentucky, there's one in Oklahoma, Ohio, everybody's got one. But the legend is you go on this bridge, a woman threw her baby off of it. So if you park, turn the lights off, you're quiet, on the bridge, you'll hear the baby crying. So we go out to do it. We park, turn the fucking car off, hear a fucking baby crying.
Yeah, it's a goddamn bobcat living in the goddamn creek. Son.
Well, it was a creek, and it was like kind of like a waterfall. And I was
Right.
like, man, that's got to be like an audio illusion.
Yeah.
Like caused by the water or something. And she's like, I know. But she's like, if you want to see like the real scary shit, she's like, so the legend is, she's like, at the end of this road, and she's like, and if we go, it's a dead end, so we'll have to turn around down there. She's like, but there's supposed to be a family of, like, cannibal witches that live there. She's like, there's legend, like, kids have gone missing. Supposedly the lady who threw her kid off the bridge was, like, one of these witches. I'm like, okay, word. So we're driving, and towards the end of the road, And at this point, it's like sprinkling a little bit. It's not like storming or anything, but it is a little cloudy and sprinkly outside. I see a fucking, the last house on the right before the end of the road had like 20 of those little lawn jockey statues. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The little like miniature fucking jockeys, but they were all the racist ones, the black-faced.
Yeah.
And they were all down by the end of the road. Like you couldn't see their house. It was like way down a fucking dirt road, but where their mailbox was like 20 of these things. Noted it, was like, that's fucking weird. Drive, we get down to the end, and I'm like, I can see that it dead ends like here, and like right before there's like a downhill driveway on the left, and I'm like scooping around to turn into the driveway and turn around, and as we get pointed down, like as soon as you pull into the driveway, you're like angled down a little bit, we see a fucking huge bonfire down at the bottom of the hill by this house, and like 4 or 5 people out by it. And somebody screams a blood-curdling fucking scream, and they all start full fucking, maybe not sprinting, but like solid jogging up the fucking drive. So I fucking peel fucking out of there. We get about like 100, 200 yards down the road where the house with the lawn jockeys was. Mind you, like I said, it's sprinkling a little bit, but it's not like storming or anything.
Right.
One of the lawn jockeys is smashed, and there's a giant fucking branch covering the entire road. And I'm like, this is insane. We're going to die. She starts like fucking crying. I'm like, there's no way this blew over. Like somebody
Right,
put this
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like this is a trap. This is a trap. And I'm like, we're gonna die out here. She's bawling her eyes out. I'm having a panic attack.
You're like
I
the
don't know
worst
what
hero
to do.
ever in a movie. Then
And
you're
I'm
like,
like-
oh, this is it, man.
I'm like, check dig.
You'd have been Fish Boy.
I wasn't a bad hero, dude. I was like, I'm getting out of the car, lock the fucking doors. I was like, if something happens, like, just fucking take off.
Yeah.
And I got get out and drag this massive fucking branch back out of the road. And as I'm like getting back in the car, I can hear fucking like running footsteps at like out in the darkness towards the dead end. And we fucking peel out of there and make it out. Now in real life, was it a fucking gang of cannibal witches?
No, it's probably people
just
wondering who
some-
the fuck was in their driveway.
Probably some
dude.
rednecks.
They were probably having a party. They probably thought it was their homie
Yeah.
showing up, you know?
Ran up the drive, or they were just like, "Who's on my property?" and
Yeah.
came out with
Yeah.
shotguns. Also scary.
Oh, very scary.
But they definitely chased us, and there
Yeah.
was definitely like an inexplicable giant branch in the fucking road that it didn't make any sense for it to have just like fallen in the 2 minutes since we had passed it.
Yeah.
And the statue
Yeah.
wasn't windy enough. Like it was
Right.
crazy. It was and that was like spooky, like shook to my core, scary. Was probably not anything
Yeah.
supernatural, but it felt fucking.
We had a buddy, similar thing happened to him. He was dating this chick, and he said that they were out somewhere in Indiana, and she had told him about like how there was like a coven of witches, and like once a month, when the moon was full, like you could go out of this clearing and shit, and they'd have this giant bonfire, and they were doing human sacrifices and all this crazy shit. And I told him, I was like, man, she's stupid. I was like, that's not real. You probably shouldn't go out there. So he went, and then he had come back, and he told me, he was like, yeah, man, he said, we got out there, dude, we're in the middle of nowhere in this big clearing. He said we had to like park the car and walk a mile so nobody could see us like pulling up, and he said we looked over the clearing, there was the giant bonfire and shit, and everybody was out there and stuff, and like I literally looked him dead in the eyes, and I was like, dude, you were at a fucking Klan rally.
Probably. Well,
Like, that's what that was. They all
another
had
true
hoods,
story.
and they were
No.
standing around a fire.
Trimble County, dude. This is a 100% all my life true story. Me and Daniel Service, for whatever reason, when we were like 16, I was 16. I hadn't had my license long. I remember it was like one of the first things. I was like, I got my license. I want to do this. We drove over here to see the Da Vinci Code when it came out. Don't know why. I liked it, you know what I mean? But
fine
I hadn't
movie.
read the book or like wasn't particularly interested in it. But it
Tom
was like
Hanks is great in that movie.
it was a movie that was out, and I was like, let's go see a fucking movie. But 36 was closed down at the time.
Mhm.
They were doing work, I think, there by the end of Locust there for like a long time. It was shut down for like a year when we were in high school. So you had to go up around through
Kings
Milton and all
Ridge
that shit. Well, I took 42 to 421. And just
Yeah,
took
okay,
that.
I got you. Yeah,
But on the
Kingsbridge
way
is on the other
back,
side, yeah.
this is where this happens. I go to take that turn by that fucking church and come down whatever it is, like Rikers Ridge or something. I'm not sure what it is. But we make a wrong turn, and we end up pulling in a fucking driveway. Like, just one of those, like, it's got like a farm gate, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like part of their farm access. It's not like their actual
Yeah.
driveway. But we see in the fucking distance a burning cross. We didn't see, like, anything else.
Yeah.
But, like, because it was far, but you could very clearly make out the burning cross, like, out in
Yeah.
the woods. Probably, like, 200 yards away from where we pulled in. And we got fucking freaked out by that.
Yeah.
And dead up, for sure, a Klan thing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I told. I was like, man, I was like, you're telling me you're in the middle of nowhere in Indiana, and there was a giant bonfire, and everybody had cloaks and hoods on. They were
That does
standing there. I'm
sound,
like,
especially Indiana.
I said, that sounds to me like you were at a Klan rally. He's like, no, bro, they were fucking witches, dude. They were down there.
What color were the cloaks, man?
I
That's
mean,
what I'm trying to figure
I
out.
would assume they were fucking white with pointy hats,
They
but
better
whatever,
not have
dude.
been,
I
dude.
would assume he was at a Klan. He
Or,
didn't
hear
know
me
it,
out,
man.
dude. Both of these chicks were trying to take us to their witch coven and sacrifice us, man.
Could have been, dude. Could have
And
been.
we made it out by the skin of our teeth.
The night that we heard the shit in that abandoned house, though, ultimately was scarier to me than the dude fixing our car and shit. Because that really did.
Yeah.
There was a rumor that if you went around, I remember now, as far as the story goes, there was a rumor that if you walked around the back of the house, there was a stump with a head on it. Like, that was like the urban legend. And I remember we got like halfway.
Probably be a skull by this point.
Yeah, we got back like halfway around the house, and we heard it just got real weird. We hadn't
You
even.
heard somebody go, "Hey,
Hey,
somebody out there,
I'm a
it's
talking
me."
head.
Hey.
I'm a talking skull over here. We felt real weird, like it was not cool, and we kept hearing like a creaking noise in the house and shit. And then we went to the front. We went back around the front of the house. We didn't see anything in the back, but there was a big stump. And when we come around to the front of the house, we had heard something in the house, and the dude I was with, he walked up. Me and my girlfriend stayed on the side, and he got almost to the top step, and it sounded like the whole fucking house was falling down. And it's a dilapidated house in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
It probably was.
Yeah.
It probably collapsed that night. We probably caused that.
Well, you remember the lock houses?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
did hell of a fucking lot of cool shit in
Had a
there,
few
dude.
scary. I remember going there once. With,
Filmed a horror movie in there.
Remember Jade Matsinger? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
We went out there, a big group of us one time, and like enough of us to where we didn't realize that she had skirted off, and she waited like a good 15 minutes in the upstairs by herself before we came up there and scared the fucking shit out of us, dude. She was like hiding behind the fucking, like half hanging off fucking door, and as soon as we came around, she fucking jumped out. And I was like, the ball's on you for just going upstairs alone and waiting 15 minutes. Like, we could have left.
Well, she had the power of God on her side. She was probably fine,
But the power
dude.
of God and anime on my side.
We were talking about, and not to backtrack here because I know we're on a limited time.
Limited time only.
We were talking earlier about capital murder shit. You said shit about that rapper David.
Yeah, who I'd never heard of
I've
until the murder.
I had heard his songs because I'm
What
on
are they?
TikTok a lot, or on Instagram a lot.
Would I know one if I?
Probably. I mean, because they play them like in a lot of reels
he
and
was
shit.
like-
I'll let you listen when we in the show so we don't get copyrighted. But
I always wonder when I hear about these
very,
new,
very talented dude. Honestly,
yeah,
like
got
his,
away with murder just damn near.
yeah. Until what I read today.
Didn't they find a corpse in his trunk?
Yeah, they come out today and said he dismembered the girl with a chainsaw. That's what they ruled it, and she was like 14. So
Jesus
apparently
fucking
he was.
Christ,
So
dude.
he was.
A molester and a murderer.
He was dating. He was dating a woman that was older than him, from my understanding. He was 20, and this chick was like 23, 24. And in reality, he was dating a chick that was like 14 or 15. And what had happened was they had the same name. So
Her name was David.
No, fuck. The old chick and the child had the
okay.
same name. That's how he was, or it was David Noble. No, so they were. That was how he was.
Serious thought it was.
That's how he was covering things up because they had the same first name. So he would use
that'll get you a long way.
Yeah, but I mean, he would use that as like, oh well, what's her face is here, or we're
He'd
doing
be like,
something.
No, I do love you, Amanda.
Yeah, exactly. But
I
it
love
was,
Amanda.
but it was really the 14-year-old, the child
that he loved.
Yes.
Well, not enough.
Not enough. But apparently, all of the
Murdered.
songs that he had wrote and shit were all about her. All of the shit, like this whole thing, the whole career, the whole facade. But she was going to out, like she was going. What I heard was. She was going to out him on a bunch of shit, including the age gap and all sorts of stuff, and that was his motive, is what I heard.
Now
That's
you're
crazy.
Gonna be outed as a chainsaw murderer.
You're a child molester and a chainsaw murderer instead of just taking the... And honestly, in showbiz, and I'm not defending this, but in showbiz and the money he had... He probably could have bought his way out, or a slap on the wrist, or
or
lifetime registry is not being in prison. And you dismembered a child with a chainsaw,
that's
dude.
Insane.
Yes,
dude. Insane.
Yes, and he left her body in the Tesla.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude's clearly fucking stupid.
Yeah,
a horrible person.
Man.
He did have a couple of bangers.
That's crazy.
He sucks though. We're not going to support that. That's a monster. That's a horrible person.
I'm gonna hot take right now, man. We might lose some fans, okay? But
we don't like David in this house.
I'm old school.
Yeah,
I was raised different. I'm against dismembering people with chainsaws.
I'm against dating children and then dismembering them. And leaving them in my Tesla.
All parts of that dude's stuff.
Everything he's done in the last year, I don't like.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's
And honestly, I'm not sure that I like his music. I'm not have to listen to
I don't think you will. I don't think he wasn't like, I don't think he was garbage or nothing. But he didn't even sound like it. That
Big
was like
David defender over here, dude. You heard it here first.
Yeah, dude. Big David, dude. What was that? I was thinking today at work. We were talking about times that we've got each other, and it was funny. We always reference the what's getting you back there. The one time I got you that was my favorite was funny was we were arguing we were in like a heated argument towards the end of an episode one time, and I looked at the camera dead center, and I was like, he said the N-word the other day. That's the show for the night, folks. We'll see ya. And you were like, no. And I got up and we ended it. And that was it. That was one of my that one made me
That was
laugh.
This Place Sucks?
Yeah. Go back in the annals of... I like saying annals a lot. You'll catch me on this
You've
show.
been on that here recently.
I was watching the intro of... When we're talking about chainsaws, I might as well bring it up. I was watching the intro monologue of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm pretty sure they say annals in there. It was one of the most macabre and brutal cases in the annals of American history, or whatever it is. And ever since I heard that when I was younger, I always like to say annals because it sounds like anals.
Yeah.
You know, You get why I think.
Dude.
It's not from an intelligent vernacular standpoint. It's from it sounds like anal, and I think that's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm in, dude.
Yeah.
You got me 100%.
He did say it, though.
Nah. Never said it.
Hey, man, check out these sick-ass fucking skateboards, dude.
Yeah, bust these bad boys out.
Yeah, so these are
Get them here down on close to the
I was going to do that. I was just eyeballing it.
And talk about it while I hold it up.
That's stupid. Anyways, so these are the This Place Sucks edition honeymoon skateboards, art done by Cody Kinman. We just got these in, and the top obviously has me and Jordan. We're zombies. We've got me officiating a zombie wedding. And then down here we have a comic that Cody's been doing for a couple years now with his kids. And they are fighting the zombies. I believe I don't want to say it wrong. I believe it's the Apoctobros, I think is the name of it. He's got all of that going on here. And then on the bottom, if we flip it over, we've got zombie Cody Kinman, who designed the board, and David Noble, who owns Honeymoon Skateboards. So fucking sick boards. They're amazing.
Triple collab.
I'm like floored to be on a fucking skateboard. Like 14-year-old me is going ape shit right now. Like, this is one of the coolest things we've ever done. Very big
and these
deal
aren't
for us,
fucking,
man.
These aren't just scum
Yeah, these are
sucker
good
Walmart.
fucking skateboards.
You
Yeah,
skate these.
yeah, these are legit. Same company that makes was it Plan B and Flip? And
Yeah.
they're going out of business now. What was the name of them?
HLC.
HLC Punk, dude. Yeah,
HLC Pump, dude.
yeah, Heroin Bob. Anyways,
Honeymoon.
new distributor
This
to
place
come, but
sucks.
yes, Honeymoon. This place sucks. Cody Kimmon's art. They turned out fucking amazing. Thank you a million times, David. Thank you, Cody. This is one of, like, if I look at the accomplishments, this is like top 5, man. Maybe even 3. Being on a fucking skateboard.
Yeah.
So this one means a lot. This one's going on the wall, dude, and yeah, it'll probably hang there till the end of time. I mean, I'm never gonna skate or anything, but I just noticed there's a dude playing a violin at the wedding that I'm appreciating. I think that's neat, man.
Yeah. So, if you didn't make the show this past Friday, we got some of these left over.
Yeah.
Hit us up. We'll get you. Get you one. $50 a pop. Which
Include
is
some free stickers too.
Yeah, they include some free stickers. Yeah, man. You like I said, skate them if you want. Use them in a wall hanger. I also have the black honeymoon decks back in stock. I have a few of those. So if you want one to skate and one to hang up, I'll cut you a deal. Just holler at me.
Yeah.
But I'm stoked on that, dude. Those
Very
couldn't
cool.
have came out better.
We're pretty prominent on merchandise now too. T-shirts, stickers, pins, skateboards. So if you ever want anything, let us know, man. We'll figure something out and get you some merch.
I'm gonna assume that, like all the other shows, we're out of the merch we just had.
Yeah.
But I do. We are gonna do like a batch to have on us for the summer.
Yeah.
People that didn't get them of the alien and the bat design.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little bit of each.
And we'll
on
have
the
hats
shirts.
too. If you like a nice trucker hat, we
And
will
koozies.
have and koozies. Yes.
Yeah, this place sucks.
So.
Koozie, with a Danzig-esque logo, and this place sucks hat with the new Black Flag logo.
Yeah.
that
Pretty
you see in
sick.
the intro. The coming soon.
Yeah.
Big things are coming soon. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
You got anything you want to plug? Shows coming up and shit, man?
Let me
we got a
pull
little
up my
time here to-
calendar, man.
Got a little time here to kill. We always like to run through. We're very busy guys, man. We got a lot of shows. We're just booked so much, man. We can't. I just spilled a glass of water. Dude.
Well, make sure it's not on anything important.
I think it's okay. It's on the carpet.
Get the lead out, brother.
The carpet's important, don't you think? What's it gonna be on, dude? There's nothing.
Wires and stuff.
Oh no, these are waterproof wires.
They're not. That's fine. I meant like as long as it's not way over there where those light wires are.
Oh no, it's
That's
all
what I'm
right.
looking
It's
at.
all right here, dude.
There's a towel right there. You can just throw down on it.
Man,
And
we'll edit this out.
while he does that, it's done. But we're both so you know, maybe you came to this show this past Friday, maybe you didn't. But if you missed us, we're gonna be at Planet of the Tapes next Monday, May 11th.
Yeah.
Which is the night
The
that
lights
the
went out in
live
Georgia.
episode drops. The day the live episode drops, we will be at Planet of the Tapes. Joey's hosting.
Yep.
I'm closing us out.
Yep.
The Monday mic where it all started, man. We're super stoked.
Yeah, that's a big deal as well. Very stoked on that.
It's gonna be very fun.
Yeah, we're just like I was saying before I spilled that water. We're booked so much and all the time. You know, we can't keep up. So we always like to.
But we're
list
available
our
for
dates.
more.
Yeah,
bookings
we're
as
always
well.
available. We're always on tour. That's our motto here at This Place Sucks. We're always on tour.
Always
we'll
on
book
tour.
a show. We'll do a show anywhere you want. You hit us up, man. We are there. We're real whores, dude. So yeah, if you want to book us,
If the price is right.
if the price is right, we will come. But yeah, dude, these boards are sick. More merch to come. What was that date? May 11th. May 11th.
Planet
I'm
of the
hosting.
Tapes.
He's closing. He's the headliner. Planet Tapes. First mic I ever did. First mic he ever did. Thank you, Eric Groovely. We're very excited about that. June 18th, we're going to be at the Whirling Tiger recording the live episode, the 100th episode of This Place Sucks. Tickets are only $10 at the door. We got a great lineup of comics. We'll be on stage at the table all night recording the podcast, talking. It's going to be great. It's going to be a cool format. We're very excited. We really want to pack that place out just because it's a big deal for us to have 100 episodes in. So
Now that this Madison, This Place Sucks live show's done, the two big ones. Well, actually, those are both in Louisville. So if you're in Louisville, perfect. Come
Yeah.
out to the Planet show. Come out to our live 100th episode. They're going to be great. I'll go ahead and name, on the 100th episode, we got some some crowd and fan favorites coming
Yes.
for the 100th episode. We've got Charlie Badger.
Yep.
We've got Steven Stewart, who, unless you were there this past Friday night, I don't think you guys have seen yet, other than on the regular podcast of Drunk Buds. And then Max Jensen coming back. And then from the Louisville side, Dylan Sizemore going to be joining us. Jamie Shade, redeeming himself.
Yeah, if he fucks this up, man, I swear to God.
And the Magic Man
Swear
at
to
Planet
God.
himself, Eric Groovely, dude.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a sick show.
The best of, we got Cincinnati and Louisville with the handshake emoji at the 100th episode of This Place Sucks.
And speaking of, you can also catch us in Cincinnati now. Come on out May 12th and support me, Funniest in Cincinnati. Wouldn't it be funny if this year I don't make it out of round one?
Man, that would be funny.
I think I'm going to go up and just do the worst material.
Win the whole thing, dude.
That'd be
crazy.
fucking hilarious. But anyway, you can see us both Friday, May 29th, Pie and Violence at Chameleon, Northside, Cincinnati. And then you can see us both in Cincinnati again on July 15th at the Pro-Am, Go Bananas Comedy Club. We're also at Derby City Comedy Festival, July 10th. All kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. Got a show August 14th. We're supposed to open up for Drew Montana August 13th.
Yes. Yeah, I got a message about that.
I'm on the Laugh Riot Comedy Festival August 8th. We're going to be at Skankfest in November. Packed year, dude.
Yeah.
Packed year.
Big things. Yeah.
We're cooking it up.
We are. We rule.
You guys are eating it. It's slop, dude, but y'all love it.
Yeah, y'all love slop, dude.
We all do. We all love gruel.
Yeah. Gruella DeVille.
There you go.
Yeah, that was cool, dude.
Jot that down, dude.
Let me
That's
write,
the
let me
name of
write
the
that
episode,
down,
bro.
dude. Yeah, man, I can't wait to sign a couple of these bad boys, dude.
Yeah, hopefully Friday, or hopefully tomorrow, Thursday, or I'd be willing to accept Friday as long as it's early. The rest of the fucking boards come.
Yeah.
That's
And there's
the
a
big-
nice little spot for us to sign, too.
Yeah, right on our fucking shoits. I got a nice silver Sharpie.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yep.
I like
Well,
that.
anything else you want to tell the people, man?
Hey, man, this is my final notes. Be cool to each other, man. Be nice. There's a lot of not nice shit in the world. We talked about a lot of it tonight. Be cool, man. Treat everybody with a little bit of goddamn respect, man. Be loving for once in your piece of shit, pathetic lives. Be loving, okay? Take care of one another.
Everybody
And keep
love
listening to the... Everybody love everybody, baby. And keep listening to our show so we can pay our bills, man.
Yeah, we're trying to...
We're really trying to get the fuck out of here, dude.
And we'll take you all with us.
Yeah, literally. All you gotta do is support the fucking cause.
You
We ain't gonna
support, you're
forget
in on the
about you,
ground
dude.
level of a massive operation,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. When I'm laying up in a penthouse suite one day, dude, thinking, man, I wish I had some friends out here, some real friends that would just come hang out with me and not any of these plastic fucking Hollywood debutantes, you know? You could be one of those people, dude. Buy our fucking merch. I gotta get out of here before I crash out, man.
All right, dude. That's a
We love
wrap.
you guys.
This place
This place sucks.
We love y'all.
We're on a skateboard, dude. Isn't that neat?